The Space Tourism Society, thank you for asking. The Space Tourism Society is a nonprofit 501c3 organization designed to promote and educate and do research associated with the world of space tourism. Space tourism is finally getting the credibility that it deserves as being a viable industry, and it's a subset of the global tourism industry, which is like I think a $3 trillion a year industry, and there's all these different niche markets, and space tourism is one of those very small niches. And so what we do is we educate people about the potentials of space tourism and the capabilities what we'll have in the near future, and at the same time we also try to design products and services that we think will eventually go up there. We do conferences and lectures, we do design groups, and we develop prototypes of these space tourism objects. In a nutshell, basically things like a zero-gravity martini glass, a drink robot, robots that can act as like either a vacuum cleaner or a maid or an assistant while in the space hotel. We talk about space hotels, cruise ships, even personal super yachts. So we're getting to the point now where there is a possibility of people actually constructing orbital super yachts, actual private spaceships. For example, Robert Bigelow, who is a real estate guy, has a lot of property in Las Vegas. Now he wants to develop real estate in outer space. He's going to lease out these modules in orbit. And they can be used for anything. They can be used for government facilities, laboratories, or a private yacht.
Those are inflatable.
They're inflatable, yes. So the idea is you have this initial design, which we can do right now, which you create an incredible space just simply by blowing up this little balloon-like object and filling it with things like bathrooms and kitchens and living rooms and a scenic view window or something like that, and making it very comfortable and humane and habitable. And so the potential right now with Bigelow, which is the nearest thing we have right now to an actual hotel company, is that he's willing to actually create a vessel that'll have these things inside and give people a comfortable ride.
I imagine that the average person would be a little nervous about being inside something inflatable like a balloon out in space with a vacuum on the other side. They might fear for the safety of the...
Well, considering there's, I think, 4 or 5 layers of Kevlar, there's multiple layers of protective material, radiation protection, thermal protection, and also bulletproof protection, because meteorites can be shooting very fast and could possibly, it's a very small chance, could possibly hit the vessel. They have a lot of redundancy built into that vessel, and this is just one example. You know, Bigelow is just one example. There's the Galactic Suites in Barcelona, which has these designs on the tables for creating a space hotel in orbit. They assemble it, put that together. Shimizu Corporation many years ago had a design for an orbital hotel that was going to assemble parts that looked like giant cylinders and have it into a nice donut-shaped vehicle. There are a lot of different designs out there. It's just, you know, we're talking about, okay, here's the vision. How do we get from point A to point B? How do we get to our final destination? And so to help with the general public who really don't understand what this stuff means or what it implies, we try to design these models and concepts and also try to design things here on Earth that people can touch right now. So, for example, we've got products such as one of our teams is making a thing called a hotel, a theme hotel in Las Vegas, and it's called the Mars World Hotel, and that's a separate entity, and they're actually going to create a full-on, it's like the world's largest geodesic dome, about 1,000 feet across, geodesic dome, and inside it will be feeling like you are walking on Mars. So there'll be a hotel on the outside, a casino on the outside, and you'll have inside, in the inner area, what looks like the crater on Mars. And you'll see people walking around in spacesuits and rovers and robots and all sorts of stuff, creating this whole simulated environment. So you get the experience of Mars here.